Hello, it's Daniel Brown here, hypnotherapist, and I'm making this video today all about LGBT plus History Month and the importance of being an LGBT plus affirmative therapist. So every February in the UK, we celebrate LGBT plus History Month, and it's an opportunity to look back and reflect on the history of lesbian, gay, bisexual and trans people here in the UK and the hard fought for rights that we've achieved. So I am an LGBT plus person myself. I identify as gay, a man, and my pronouns are he and him. Now, it's important to mark LGBT plus History Month to look at how far we've come in terms of our rights and in terms of social equality as well. But it's also an opportunity to reflect on the current state of LGBT plus rights and the freedoms of LGBT plus people in this country, and to look at what's next for our communities and look at how far there is actually still to go. Now, despite having pretty much full legal equality in the UK, LGBT plus people are still regularly subjected to discrimination, prejudice and hate just for being who they are. Now, we're seeing hate crimes rising year on year against LGBT plus people, ranging from verbal abuse, being shouted at in the street, being called names, right the way up to physical attacks, violence, and other sorts of crimes that can be pretty horrific. Sexual assault, for example, is another common crime that in particular trans women face. So there's clearly a long way to go until all LGBT plus people are free to be who they are, to live their lives without prejudice, without discrimination, and without experiencing hate. Now, as a therapist, you can do some fantastic work with LGBT plus clients by being an LGBT plus affirmative therapist. But what does that mean? Being an LGBT plus affirmative therapist is about much more than simply saying you're okay with working with LGBT plus clients, or that you have nothing against people's sexual orientation or gender identity. While it's brilliant that you are accepting of LGBT plus people, being an LGBT plus affirmative therapist goes deeper than that. It's about having an understanding, a knowledge and awareness of the specific issues that LGBT plus people face. It's about really letting go of your own prejudices that you may have, your own myths or misconceptions about LGBT plus people, and working with them in a truly positive, affirmative way, in which you use skills such as unconditional positive regard, and so that you're truly invested in the work that you're doing with those clients, understanding their specific needs, the barriers that they may face when trying to access therapy. Now, there's lots of research that you can do, and reading you can do, and self-development that you can do to help you become an LGBT plus affirmative therapist. You don't need to be LGBT plus yourself to be an LGBT plus affirmative therapist. Our community needs allies now more than ever. And you can be a fantastic, strong ally, not only as a human being, but also in your work as a therapist as well. So don't be afraid to fully immerse yourself in becoming a truly LGBT plus affirmative therapist, remembering that you don't have to be part of that community yourself. It will mean that you're providing a truly inclusive, accessible, supportive service to your LGBT plus clients. It will make you a better therapist, but also a better person as a result as well. Now, a blog on this topic is going to be going up on the National Hypnotherapy Society website very soon, and you'll be seeing more blogs and more videos and content from me on this topic in my role not just as an LGBT plus affirmative therapist and an LGBT plus person, but also as an ambassador of the National Hypnotherapy Society. I'm going to do all I can to support you, to support your LGBT plus clients. But for now, I'm going to sign off, and I hope you enjoy this video, get something from it. I hope you enjoy the accompanying blog that's going to appear. And I hope you look forward to becoming an LGBT plus affirmative therapist. Take care.